evening and welcome to the May edition of the Business Forum. On behalf of all the members of the Niceville Valparaiso Chamber of Commerce, I want to welcome you. Before we get going, we want to make sure we do a special shout out to our April School of the Month, which is Plough Elementary School. So make sure if you know some folks from Plough Elementary School, you go by there, pat them on the back, and thank them for all the great work they're doing. First up on the show, we have our second Wednesday breakfast sponsor for May, who is going to be Fort Walton Beach Medical Center and Twin Cities Hospital. And representing them, I have Rod Whiting. He was going to explain all that to us, but he's with not only them, but a couple other hospitals too. So welcome, Rod. How are you doing?
Dan, doing great. Thanks for the introduction. Yes, we're happy to be able to sponsor the breakfast coming up on the 15th. And we'll do hopefully a focused overview of some of the highlights going on at the hospitals here, and then some of the new services that we're bringing to our community. And
there are some healthcare celebrations that are coming up here soon, aren't there?
Yeah, May's an active month for healthcare workers. So we'll start that with the week of May 6th, and our highlight there will be Nurses Week. And among many things that we'll do to focus on the great work our nurses do is announce our Nurse of the Year. And there'll be other opportunities for other staff and physicians in the community just to express their appreciation for the work that they do. You know, they say nurses have a servant's heart, and it is a mission. And we expect a lot of them, but I think more importantly, they expect a lot out of themselves.
Yeah, angels on earth for sure.
Yes, and I think what our nurses at Twin Cities Hospital and Fort Walton Beach Medical Center show is that they can accomplish all of that to benefit the patient and their families, and we hear that a lot from the people that they serve, saying thank you often.
I've heard a lot of buzz about the business health program at both Twin Cities Hospital and Fort Walton Beach Medical Center. What's that all about?
Yeah, we're delighted to be able to bring that service into the community, and the program I direct, I include Fort Walton Beach Medical Center in Twin Cities, and then I also have West Florida Hospital in Pensacola and Gulf Coast Regional Medical Center over in Panama City. So we're part of Hospital Corporation of America, and those 4 hospitals are among their 160 plus hospitals in the country. So really what we're looking at is providing a service on site to employers that will help employees identify emerging and existing health risks. So here's what we found, and insurance carriers tell us that this is for the most part true across the nation. About 40% of employed people don't have a primary care physician. So we're looking at one of the most important first steps that you and I and anyone can take in terms of managing their health or not taking advantage of it. So then we take the other step when we look at the statistics from the Centers for Disease Control, and they tell us that about 75 cents of every healthcare dollar is spent treating a preventable chronic disease. And then 4 among those are cardiovascular disease, cancer, emotional health, and diabetes. So now put yourself in the perspective of that employee at work and also that employer. So one of the outcomes of the Affordable Care Act is that we as employees are paying more for our health care costs, that we're bearing a bigger burden for that. So now we've helped identify what are some of the main drivers of our health insurance costs. Now we realize that a lot of our employees don't have a primary care physician. So how can we take a set of screenings to the work site to start that relationship?
What a great idea.
So we've got across our market, we have nearly 65 clients already. And some of the names in the Fort Walton Beach and Twin Cities market that you might recognize: Gulf Power, Okaloosa County School District, Chelco, Florida Transformer, CSI, City of Niceville, City of Destin. So what they have recognized, what businesses across the country have recognized, is that connecting employees to primary care physicians, identifying in a series of screenings where their risks are, is a really good first step to start managing those healthcare costs.
Yeah, and it's strange, but I'm one of those, you know, and it's apprehension and schedule and so on and so forth. It would be absolutely wonderful to have it brought right into my office, get that opportunity to make a connection, and I don't know who I don't know, you know, so you never know where you're going to get a good primary care. So I think that is a fantastic idea. And then the real point, I guess, about it all is that it's really preventative if caught early.
Correct.
And it's really just having a relationship with a primary care that would help you to catch it early. You'd say, I think I'll go see the doctor.
Correct. And that may sound counterintuitive for a hospital.
Yeah.
To how do we, you know, why
would
we
you make bigger bucks from the other end.
Why would we want to get more involved in preventive care?
Sure.
Well, number one, it's the right thing to do. Yeah. And it's probably something that as healthcare providers we should have focused more on the last, 2 or 3 decades. But here's where we are now, and here are the opportunities that we have. So here's another challenge our employers have. Say if someone gets sick at work, and it's not a true medical emergency, or it's not a workers' comp issue where there's a process for treatment. and that employee doesn't have a primary care physician, where are they going to go for that care?
Yeah.
Too often it's to the emergency department. So treating urgent care in an ER is not an efficient use of time or healthcare dollars.
No, no.
So a lot of it is preventive care and also education and trying to connect individuals to their appropriate care.
Get them pointed in the right direction.
Yeah,
Sure.
And that's why we brought in the mobile health clinic into the community, which is, we're very excited about that and looking forward to launching that.
Well, and speaking of preventative care, you guys have at Twin Cities Hospital and Fort Walton Beach Medical Center have been great about the health fair and the options. And tell folks, we've got that coming up real soon.
Well, on May 20th at Santa Rosa Mall, from 8:30 to noon, the free health fair there. We'll do blood pressures, glucose, vein screens. There's no cost to it. And I think up until May 11th, other vendors are still, welcome to participate. And all we do is just ask them to contact Jenny Brunson over at Twin Cities Hospital. She heads up our marketing and public relations, does a fantastic job there. So if you look at what do we have in May, yes, we started off with Nurses Week. Then we go to May 10th, we start Hospital Week. And then we go to the 15th and we sponsor the breakfast, and then the 20th, the health fair.
You got your schedule full.
Yeah.
And I would really press folks to make that call to Jenny, because there's a couple of those screenings that you actually need to fast for. So, or there's some preparation if you really want to take advantage of the health fair. You need to make sure you're prepared. So
correct. And
give her a call and tell her what you want to do, and
she will walk you through the process and help you get prepared. And we hopefully people will just take us up on the invitation to come join us and be a part of the events.
Yeah, it sounds like a great time. How do they get in touch with Jenny Brunson if they want to do that?
Call Twin Cities Hospital.
Easy enough, easy enough. And I just to kind of recap, we've got you nailed a lot of things going on in May. So if you know a nurse, make sure that what week are we touching the nurses?
May 6th. I appreciate the way you said that. If you know a nurse, tell them thank you.
Yeah, amen, amen. And I've got quite a few in the family, so I need to I need to make some phone calls. And then of course May 10th with Hospital Week.
Yes,
yep. And I think that's fantastic. And I like that idea of bringing the concept of bringing the primary care physician idea to the business workplace, make it so convenient. And it's so crazy that people would have these really, really difficult medical issues that are completely preventable if they just had somebody to turn to that would be easy, convenient, and so you're bridging that gap. I think that's fantastic.
Thank you.
And then, of course, thank you very much for your opportunity. You guys, our footprints are all over our community, and sponsoring the coffee is just one of the things that you do, and we look forward to that. I'm sure it's going to be a great event. But the health fair is always a huge event for our area, so make sure you turn out for that one too.
Thanks. Well, the teams who organize that do a great job. So there's a lot of preparation, and Jenny is one of the leaders, and she's a great person to get in contact with in terms of if you want to be a vendor and have space, there's no cost for that, but give her advance notice before May 11th. And yeah, you'll be in good hands with her.
Rod, both Twin Cities Hospital and Fort Walton Beach Medical Center are real gems in our community and have done so much for our community, and I'm sure in the future will continue to be a real cornerstone to good health care. We live in paradise, so we should enjoy it.
Well, I appreciate those kind words, and I know Dave Whalen, our CEO at Twin Cities, and Mitch Mongell, our CEO at Fort Walton Beach Medical Center, and their teams and staff all appreciate that. So thank you.
Well, thank you very much for all you're doing, and look forward to seeing you on our coffee if I don't see you at the health fair. Stay tuned. We've got a lot of great things going on. We're going to talk about our Business After Hours sponsor, ERA American Realty, so don't go away.